Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I was actually looking through the comment section recently and I actually got some messages from people asking, if I've tried this affordable product, and I realized that a lot of the products I use are very bougie, they're a little high end. I do use a lot of affordable products as well mixed in, but it seems that a lot of my videos more recently have been featuring a lot more expensive products. So I really wanted to, as you can see from the title, take a step back and do a full face of affordable products. But not only that, I wanted to do like an under $100. I think all in it was like $94 for everything. And I wanted to do it like, you want to do a full face, you have nothing and you just want to like restock your kit, or everything's expired, or heaven forbid you lost everything and you need to start from scratch. These are like the fundamental products to do a full glam face. Some of the products are repurposed and use a couple different ways. So this is just an entire face under $100. If that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. And please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload twice a week, and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. I'll also link a little video right here. I'm currently still doing a giveaway for my subscribers. So I'm linking a BoxyCharm unboxing video. In that, I'm giving away a full June box. So make sure to go check out that video and enter the giveaway. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. So I will link down below all of the products I used and the prices of everything because I don't have it all in front of me and remembering the prices is going to be a hassle, but I'm just going to go over the products I used. So the first one I used is the NYX Pore Filler. This is, as far as affordable primers, my absolute favorite. It's a little bit more moussey than the Benefit Professional, but it does a really good job about filling in pores and really just giving the smooth blurring effect to the skin. And I find that 99% of the foundations I use sit really well on top of it. The one thing I will say is I don't think it works super well with stick foundations. I've always found that the sticks kind of pull it up, but if you're going in with a standard cream, fluid, or even powder foundation, this will work really well. The next item is actually a recent discovery for me. I love drugstore foundations, and my favorite lately has been the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour. I've talked about it in favorites videos. I've used it in a bunch of tutorials. But recently I've been using the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir, which is an SPF 20. I am in the shade Classic Ivory, and I just love the way that this sits on the skin. It gives you a very more medium buildable coverage. The Superstay is definitely full coverage. I like that because I went in with a setting powder that had a little bit of coverage in it as well, and I was really able to build this up to like a solid medium coverage. But I know for people either first getting into makeup or want to start from scratch, or they're really just looking to like skim the surface, a lot of times they're not looking for something quite as full coverage as I normally go for, so this is a really good place to start. For concealer, I went in with the Conceal and Define from Makeup Revolution. Now I did a full video on this, which I will link here and down below, and comparing it to the Tarte Shape Tape. And it has a very similar doe foot applicator and a very similar full coverage formula. It blends away really well, and I'm in the shade C5, which correlates to Light Medium Honey from the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm not going to stay on this too much because I did do a full video on it, but it blends out really well. It is super affordable. It is $7 for this. It is a smaller size in the Shape Tape, so as far as value is concerned, it's not necessarily a full dupe because when you expand this price per ounce and that price per ounce, it's not that far off. But because it does come in a smaller formula, you don't necessarily have to commit to such a large product. And if you don't love it, it's not that big of an investment. This is going to come as no surprise, but my favorite setting powder is the Cody Airspun. It is drugstore. I use translucent extra coverage. And this isn't just my favorite drugstore powder, this is hands down my favorite powder across the board. I actually used it today not only as a baking powder, but I also used this just to set my whole foundation. Lately, rather than going in with a setting powder like my MAC Studio Fix powder or a full powder foundation, I've just been going in with this and dusting it all over the face. I love full coverage. I go in full coverage all the time, but lately I've really been enjoying more of a medium coverage. It's not natural. It's definitely more of like a semi-natural, but I prefer more of a demi-matte or leaning satin. I've even started experimenting with luminous. I don't love it. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. So by kind of diminishing some of the extra powder coverage, this really helps to kind of give you a soft diffused setting, and it helps to blur and mattify without having to go in with 9 different powders like I normally do. For bronzer, again, this is one of my favorites. It is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. This is in the shade Bronzer. They also have a deep and a light bronze. I love this bronzer just because it gives you such a demi-satin finish. There's a soft sheen to it, not enough that I would call it a luminous bronzer, but it definitely like helps to chisel out the face and define the features without like having things look too ashy or matte, and you really get a lot of beautiful diffused color. And it genuinely looks like you've just been out in the sun. It doesn't look like you've, you know, orange bronzed your face. I will say that I have the light one as well, and in the summer, when I'm a little bit less pasty, I use the regular one, and in the winter, I'll typically go in with the light, but either one of these formulas is fantastic. For blush, this poor guy went through the ringer. I'm gonna link a video. My brother did my makeup. I was completely like, my mirror was covered up. There was no viewfinder. I could not see what I looked like, and he abused my ColorIcon Pearlescent Pink blush from Wet n Wild, or as he said, ColorIcon. He took a brush and he was just pounding into it, and you could see powder flying up. And even after all of that, like, I have so much product left, and I've had this for a long time. It is very affordable, goes a long way. I'm wearing it today. Well, I'm wearing all of this today, so that's kind of self-explanatory. But it definitely gives you a soft pink finish to the skin. It has subtle luminosity, so you'll see that it just gives a soft pink semi-luminous finish. I kind of equate this to NARS Orgasm or Luminoso from Milani. They're both semi-sheer, light, soft, corally pinks with a little bit of a sheen. It's very natural, and it's very flattering on a lot of different skin tones. The biggest thing with blush is you just want to make sure you put it in the right spot. Like, I have a very oval face, so I kind of have to focus it up here. You know, it is not a rule of thumb that everyone has to put it here on the apples of their cheeks. If I do that, it makes me look like a clown. I have to kind of focus it up here. So, and I know there's going to be someone in the comment section that's like, dude, you're wearing a lot of makeup. You already look like a clown. I get it. It's full coverage, but it's, you know, it looks better when I put it up here as opposed to down here. Now, this is the first double duty product. This is the Studio Pro Contour Palette from BH Cosmetics. This is a 10 shade contour palette that I did use to contour the cheeks today, contour the jawline. I did the nose with this. I also took a lot of these brown shades and I used them as my crease colors on the eyes. If affordability is something you're looking for and you really need to do things where one product has to kind of do a lot of things. Oh, I forgot. I also used this on my brows today. I took the deeper shade and the little bit of the ashy shade, and I used that to fill in my brows. When you go in with something like this, it is face contour. It is, actually, now that I think about it, I did use a little bit of this powder to set the under eyes. So a palette like this you can use for eyes, cheeks, face, the works. And something like this, when you're looking to kind of build a kit, having a unitasker like this is amazing because you can go in and do a whole bunch. You don't need an eyeshadow palette and a contour palette. Like, I have a lot of makeup, obviously, and I like reaching for a whole bunch of different things. But sometimes, like, you just want to sit down with like 1 or 2 products, get out the door, and you're good. This is definitely a good one, especially for the price point. Now, for the highlight today, and actually the shimmer shade on the lids, this is the Triple Crown Baked Shadow in Dolce de Leche from JCat Beauty. Now, the reason I love something like this, especially for affordability, I think the camera's washing this out a little bit, but there are 3 shades in here. I'm going to swatch all 3 separately and then kind of a swirl of all of them together. And what I love about this is you get a deep bronzy shade, a medium gold shade, a frosty white shade, and if you mix them all together, you just get this really nice copper. And I know on camera it's kind of showing you that they're all the same. I'm not sure if you, let me see, there. If I turn the lighting down, you can kind of see that they are actually very different. And something that I really like about that is you get a lot of bang for your buck. This is a very affordable product. I used the white shade on the inner corner. I took the bronzier shade on the bottom on the whole lid. I did wet and dry. And I used kind of a mixture of the middle and the bottom as the highlighter on the cheeks today. So I got 4 very different tones of glow all over my face today from one little product. Now, the star of this look, obviously, because the eyes are very neutral, the lips very soft, are the lashes. So I went in with the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I will link this video as well because I did a full review on this. It is like $4. It is fantastic. You get a falsie effect without having to wear falsies. I ended up putting falsies on as well because I did want to show that you could do affordable lashes and affordable mascara, and you can kind of pick and choose. There's this stigma that you need expensive lashes to look good, but this is phenomenal. I did use my Duo Lash Glue as the adhesive today, and the lashes I'm wearing today are the #Wisp Christinas from, I think, actually, The brand is Christina Lashes. They are 100% human hair. They come in a 6-pack like this on Amazon for like $12. They are super wispy, they're super flared and dramatic, and they are very affordable. It comes down to $2 a pair. And like, don't get me wrong, I love my Lily lashes. I love my New Balance lashes, but you can't always spend $30 to $40 on lashes. It's excessive and I get it. But that you can get such a dramatic, flared, gorgeous lash that if you take care of, I've worn these ones. I bought these Christmas time. I'm on my first pair. I gave one to my brother's fiance, and both of us have gotten a lot of wears out of them, and these aren't even close to dead. Like, I'm not even ready to move on to my second pair, and it's been like 6 months. So as long as you clean them, you remove the glue, you take care of them, it's really gonna last a long time. For lip today, I've spoken about this in a favorites video as well. This is the Plumping Serum Lip Gloss from Hard Candy. I'm wearing the shade Cakewalk today. And it is semi-plumping, it tingles a little bit, but it just gives you such a beautiful shine to the lips. Helps everything get nice and plump, especially for summer where everybody is really into this like really bright and shiny gloss. It's the one time of year you can really just throw on a gloss and leave. It's so much easier to touch up throughout the day. So, and again, like you get this at Walmart, it is so affordable. And as far as drugstore setting sprays, there are a lot of really good ones. The L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible setting spray is fantastic. The Milani Make It Last is great, but for today I use the Matte Finish NYX. I love this setting spray. I think it just gives you such a beautiful set. It lasts all day long. Because it's such a nice, cute little bottle, I can actually take it with me for touch-ups throughout the day. It doesn't give you, it gives you a matte finish where it controls your oils, but like wherever I put the luminous powders, I'm still gonna have a glow, but I don't have to worry about my oils coming through. So this is something, I know that they also have a dewy finish one, which I obviously am never gonna use, but the formula is fantastic. The one thing I will say is it does have alcohol in it, so if you have very sensitive skin and you don't like alcohol in your setting sprays, this really isn't for you. However, I find personally that the alcohol really helps to dry up the oils and keep your oils at bay. So it's a trade-off of whether you want or can handle an ingredient on your skin versus you like what it does. So for me, this is a fantastic way to just set everything in place, have it stay there and not really need to touch it up throughout the day, but it's small enough that I could take it with me and can if I want to. So all in all, this stuff retails for about $87, which I get that not everybody has $87 to put into makeup, but when you think about the fact that this is an entire full face of everything, and I included some pictures, but all of the brushes I used today were all affordable as well. Most of them were Morphe. I had one from Sonia Kashuk, which goes on sale at Target all the time, and I used one from Athletica, which I actually got in a BoxyCharm box, but it is also very affordable. The thing about all of this stuff is, I'm gonna say with the exception of like 2 products, all of it can be found at Ulta. Ulta is great with their rewards program, and they also always have $3.50 off of a purchase of 15 or more. So if you had to do, say, $90 worth of purchasing and you broke it up into 4 $15 purchases, you can save another, you know, $15 off the top, and you can really get this under like $70 if you really spaced it out well. So I get that, you know, it might be a little bit of chunk of change for somebody to dump into a whole bunch of products at once, but if you are looking to build a kit, you don't need to drop hundreds and hundreds of dollars on really high-end expensive products when these perform just as well. I love this look. Like, I wear looks like this with products like this just as often as I dip into Natasha Denona shadows or Marc Jacobs bronzers. Like, I get it, it's excessive, and high-end makeup isn't always better than affordable makeup. I like what I like, and sometimes it is a high-end foundation, and sometimes it's CoverGirl. So you really never know unless you try a mixture of everything. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful if you are looking for either new makeup or just trying some new things, or maybe you want to get into makeup and this is all very new for you and you want an affordable benchmark way to kind of start your collection. So I hope this helped, and I will see you next time. Bye.